wonderful, respectful children here. Look at all their manners. For you see always that we replied with yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and thank you, and please. I can assure you this was not respect, it was terror. For we all three knew what would happen as soon as no one was around. As soon as we would enter the car, the silence and the fake smiles would disappear. And however long the ride was, we were told how terrible we were and what punishment awaited us when we arrived home. To bed with no dinner or spanking, punishment awaited our arrival at home. This was my young childhood. These were my teachers. I know I have always known my greater higher power. The Creator Spirit is how I speak to God. But without the guide to listen to, I'm not sure any of you would be here to listen to our story, for it would be a very, very dark and guarded secret. My teachers taught me how damaging secrets were in a family. They taught me how hard it was on children not to feel loved. They taught me what it feels like to feel like you have no power over your life, and that when you cannot turn to your own family, then you have no foundation. They taught me what it felt like not to have hope and not to have joy and not to trust anyone. My father, a trusted man in our community, even a member of the Elks Club. He worked for the sheriff's department. My mother, she was from a decent family, pretty well off. They owned a road construction business out here in Waycross, but they had secrets. I was a big one. I had no idea until my mother passed away that she was pregnant with me long before her and my father married. And folks, this was 1960. I was born into their lives under fear and disgust and shame. I was not the cherished first baby. I was the reason my parents had to get married. I was their chain to one another. They had no intention of becoming married, but in those days, absolutely, they had no choice. And my mother, not quite 18, it's what you did. Now, what I'm about to tell you is delicate, but harsh reality of how I became the woman now that you see here. But understand, I have had to tell this my whole life. Out of fear, now I tell you, so you may know how I was awakened and began the process of changing. My very first memory of my parents was Sunday morning, and my baby brother and I were up. My mother was making breakfast, and she had asked me to put my brother's training pants on, because, you know, back then there weren't any of these disposable diapers, so there had to be training pants put on. So we're running through the house, and he was probably a little bit bigger than Connor, and we're laughing and giggling because he's running for me, and I just think he's the cutest thing there ever was. And my father, who was home and normally wasn't, because normally he was on the ship, he was in the Navy, he was home. He flew out of the bedroom, and he began to beat us with a belt. On tiny little legs, he beat us. My mother screaming and coming to our aid, and my dad just had no tolerance for us, no wanting of us, because my mother got pregnant and had a second child. He didn't want it first. So, not long after that is when I remember the first molestations. Small inappropriate touches that are what I'm allowing myself to remember until 10. And then it was secret time. As he said, don't tell Mommy. She got mad. Then came more shame into me. And it increased over time as my father lost jobs and found me more and more. Secrets and lies born with shame. All along the way, God, my great spirit found me and talked to me until it's going to be okay. One day this will not be your life. One day this will not be where you live. And so it was that one day on my TV set, what would come on? That Little House on the Prairie. There was a family I could get behind, right? I would run through the field screaming, "Pa, Pa," like that. Michael Landon, I was like, sign me up. I want to be adopted. And right behind that came the Waltons. The Waltons, y'all. How many of y'all, good night, John Boy, we all said that. So that became my dream family. That's what I wanted. That's what I knew, how I would raise my family. You know, I just had to get them. because that's what I was going to do. My family was going to be like that. I was going to be one of the mothers that were in the kitchen feeding her children. And there was going to be a father that was protecting her children. There was going to be a father that loved his children, and the hugs that came from that father were of just love without love. So, lo and behold, I meet Evan. And thank goodness I meet Evan, because at the time my parents still had a lot of control over me. And if it wasn't for Evan, at the time that he came in, I don't know where I would have ended up, because when he came into my life, we started dating, and my parents said, you can't stay out so late. You have to either move in with him or you have to stop seeing him. Well, of course, I moved right on. See ya. So, anyways, let me get back to here. I told my children, these two shows were my only thread of hope. As time went on, I was able to break my silence and tell the tale of abuse in my family. I told my children my secrets. I held them close and made them each other's best friend, even over their love for me and their father. I chose the best man I could to be their father and raised them in a home full of love and joy and laughter. I did not want my children to fear home. I wanted them to receive hugs that were full of safety and trust. Now all this I tell you, I was not perfect. I made mistakes and things I regret. But in them I found my true family. I found something I never had. I got to see how children can love a father unconditionally, as he himself was a human, and nothing more. So he could love them. I found people I could trust with my heart and love me unconditionally. I found a place to call home. Not all the while, much too quickly, they were growing up. They grew into these beautiful beings in front of you, and all the while we stayed close. Some or all of them at all times living with me or one another as we went through life's trials. One day, all at once, they were on their own homes and they were gone. It broke me. It broke my spirit. It broke my heart and it broke my lip. What I had held on to in my childhood and into the being of a 50-year-old woman. Imagine being in love with your children in your mind as a child and waiting for them to come, be home, and having them, oh my God, the joy and the love and the pure being in love. Once they got here from my body, now they were beginning a different journey on a path without me. I was left behind in my own mind. It was a trap. I split from their father when I was 36. The life we shared was not enough for me. I felt as if I had been a good girl all my life and I needed to see the dark parts of me to know me. He had been a safe place for me and is my true dearest friend. We love each other to this day and find our relationship to be more than we ever dreamed. I met John online, but I found him first and began writing. He had a brain injury and was living in South Florida for treatments. I had been praying for someone new to come into my life, someone to love me as I needed, and could see me all aspects and still love me. So many miracles have happened in my life, always heralding changes to come. And here was the next one of mine. We met in March, face-to-face in 2003, and were married 2 months later. Our relationship was extremely difficult at first because of John's disabilities. And when I discovered was a broken heart made manifest. He had lost his own children after a traumatic brain injury. It changed his personality, and for me, I did not know him any different. He was alive, and that was the first biggest miracle, was that he was alive from that injury. And then on top of it, to find out that he also had dilated cardiomyopathy, which it kills you. It comes without warning, and most people only live 5 years after diagnosis. And I want you to know today, John's 15 years post-diagnosis. There's more to his story later in this. But just to let you know, the sacrifice of that family that he had been and moving into ours is what gave us our Oasis family park. Yes, no. My health began to fail right after me and John were together, badly. I went from being active and being a vet tech for over 20 years, handling animals, picking them up, moving around, standing on my feet for 10 hours a day, to basically being bedridden for 4 years. The kid's father and my oldest daughter Jessica, they were living together at the time, and knew that I was having such a hard time with my health, and then I was also dealing with John's health. And they said that we should come live with him. How big are your hearts? We should come live with them. My ex-husband with my new husband and my daughter, and we did it. We did it. They became quite good friends. There was pain, massive pain now, but again, I had my family to love and support us with love. Eventually, it was all time for us to move to homes in Middleburg, Florida. It's where we raised the kids in as much country as possible. It's less than 2 acres. We have 43 now. But we had animals and gardens. When I turned 49, my mother, who had been estranged almost all my adult life, passed away. I had to be the child that collected her life as she had left it and moved it on to my home. This was the final straw, I believe, for not long after I began to crave death. I could not bear this pain of being without my soulmates, the very beings that saved me. They were where I went in my head as my father breathed into my ears and called me to his room. And now they were gone, leaving me alone to begin where and to do what. Yes, I wanted to leave. Now I thought there was nothing left, nothing to do. I was adrift, and my heart was broken, and my soul was lost and quiet. This is when they came, my beautiful children. They began to talk amongst themselves and knew I needed help or I would soon leave them. I became very ill. The girls sought out new ways of treating me, a way of healing my mind and my soul. And this is where my illnesses came from. I was ready to die. My heart broken, my spirit adrift. You see, I really did not ever feel alive until I had my children. And now, without them, I was nothing. There was nothing, not even loving my new husband was enough. They decided and chose to step in and show me, and my healing, my soul, my spirit, my body would naturally follow suit. Reiki. If you've never heard of it, Google it. Yep. With light and crystals and stones and all positive things and healing energies. They began to do these sessions where they played soothing Celtic music, and recently we found out we're part Scottish. And I meditated. Wow, what a way to heal. I began to feel much better. I felt my spirit loving me, something louder and bigger than ever. I felt love from inside myself. And y'all, for the first time, I felt from inside me that God had loved me. I wasn't all shame. I wasn't all guilt. There was something about me that was special and wonderful. And there had to be something special about me that was wonderful because I could create them. I felt love from inside myself. And then came the dreaming again. I wanted more for my children. I wanted to leave them something they could feel safe and raise their families like the Waltons. And not on a prairie, but on as much land as they could use to become whoever they wanted to be. I needed to give them a legacy. Their father and I have had very little in the way of finances for our family. We were rich in all other areas, joy and love and hope. So how would this dream come true? We had no idea. We just dreamed and moved. I listened to my spirit again, telling me, combine what you have, get what you all need. Wake up and see all the possibilities there are. And so I really knew we had to live as one unit again, combining our resources into one place and creating whatever we wanted. Oh my God. One electric bill, one house payment. The future was right there in front of us. All we had to do was trust in our Creator and one future. Now I convinced the kids. Jessica had went on a retreat up in the mountains with women. It changed her. Brandy was researching the internet about our food And with our newfound spiritual practices, we all woke up at about the same time. We knew we had to change now. We had to make sure our lives count. We had to become something and something else for our family and the ones to come for our future. So we bought large tents, 2-bedroom sized tents, one for Jessica and one for me. And we moved into Brady's backyard. And that's where we lived from December, temperatures as low as 28 degrees, into May with temperatures as high as 104. Day and night, we would help each other out inside the home, but at nighttime, me and Jessica and our spouses retreated to our tents. And we loved it. We absolutely loved it because, which you'll hear further in our other stories, we all imagined that that's what we were going to do. We were going to go live on some virgin land in tents. So we were just getting ready. We had been praying and we had been in faith and in agreement with God for 7 months. 13 years after John's injury, and many times they had tried to get us to settle for very little money, always imagining that John would die because of John's heart. The company where he had worked, he was working on a train car loading steel. And one minute he was up on a ladder, and the very next moment he was slung across the room and hit the concrete. They estimated traveling 60 miles an hour. That he even survived to get to the hospital was the first miracle I did. And that he finally made it to my life. I don't know how many miracles happened. But John wasn't perfect. He did suffer a lot of things and a lot of stuff that they told him was wrong with him. But we have decided the Oasis has healed, and he will agree with that. He's not angry anymore. Doesn't feel like he's lost anything anymore. In fact, he's gained so much more 10 times over, which is what we're promised, right? Whatever we lose, whatever's taken away, will be given back 10 times over, tenfold. And you will endure, which we have more than endure. We have more than survived. We have thrived. So now, we find ourselves, we are awake, and we can't go back. We had to move.